Damn, the sun is bright. Ooh, that's a bright sun. Welcome to the live stream. Is that what this is? Is that what we're doing? What kind of swine are we? Oh, God rest Hunter S. Thompson. Too weird to live and too rare to die. Or was it too rare to live and too weird to die? I think it was the first. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a merry Wednesday. Can you have a merry Wednesday outside of the month of December? I guess so. I'm Rob. This is the live stream where we talk about news and make some commentary. That's what we can do, man. What's up, Solus? How you doing? Let me say this. We're going to talk about Trump's Bibles that, I mean, it's all over the news today. Rolling Stone just printed an article. I put one down in the link. I assume everything Trump makes comes out of China. That's why he was so desperate to be president, because he knew he could get patents. And how many patents did his daughter Ivanka get out of China? Like 7, 11, 17. My son's doing all right. He's doing all right. He's on the mend, man. Poor kid's been sick for so long. This time of year and going back to school and all that, oh, it's brutal. But thank you for asking, Solus. But Trump, you know, that's one thing that he knew the presidency could make him wealthy. Anybody that gets into a position of power in America can make money just from the power that they hold. And obviously with China, he talks a good game, but what do you mean Trump Bible in China? It says made in China, right? The Trump Bible is made in China. And I know Trump likes to talk about make America great again and this, that, the other thing, but really he's anti-worker. Because anybody who really wanted to make America great, you would want to hire American workers and pay them a respectable living wage. And you'd want to be proud that you make stuff in America, right? That's why you see the little tickets when you buy something that's made here in America. Because people are proud that they're hiring and paying American workers to make whatever you're using. But Trump don't do that. And the article that I shared, was it the AP article? I forget. I shared an article. Yeah, if you don't know how you want to make America great, well, made in China. So if you don't know, Trump has a Bible. He released this a while ago. I talked about it on the live stream. It's the Trump Bible. It's called, you know, God Bless America Bible. He partnered with Lee Greenwood, that sack of crap, to hawk Bibles. And somebody did some good work and found out, maybe they just ordered one, found out that the Bible, the God Bless America Bible, is made in China. And they found out that it's being shipped to these ports. And there was like 3 shipments, and each one cost $300 and something thousand. So they figured out each Bible costs about $3 to make in China. If you're wondering why Trump wants to make Bibles in China, it's because you can make them for less than $3 or about $3 a piece. Okay. Now Trump is having these Bibles shipped here to America, and he's selling them for $59.99. He's even selling some for $1,000 that he's signed. And we'll get into yes, it's very blasphemous. It's more than blasphemous. It's fucking crazy. But what this article, link down below, hit subscribe and the notification bell so you can join the news commentary, newsmentary, 5 days a week. But this Trump Bible that was made for less than $3, being sold for $60, and some of them for $1,000, is saying that it's going to make him $7 million. And I'm saying that's probably a low estimate. This dude is probably making more than $7 million off these Bibles, especially if people are dumb enough to buy these made in China Bibles. Listen, if you like to read the Bible, there's a Bible app that's free that you can read the Bible every day like I do. Every day it has a verse for you. You could read anything in so many different translations. It's truly amazing. My good God, you would pay $60 for a Trump Bible. You would buy crap in a bag if Trump autographed it. It's surreal. But this dude is prospering off suckers. Suckers. You got to be a sucker to think you're making America great by buying a Chinese Bible, which just I mean, that is hilarious in itself. Just saying a Chinese Bible. That is the funniest thing ever. The Chinese Bible. That's what it should be called. Trump's Chinese Bible. Jesus, can I change? I wish I could change. God damn. I want to change the title of this live stream. I'm gonna, once I'm done. It's gonna be called Trump's Chinese Bible. Because that's what it is. Because he says, you know what? China doesn't pay their workers enough. They're notoriously not, they notoriously don't have the best workers' rights there. I can get them made for very cheap, and I can sell them over here to the suckers in the Midwest and the people with the flags, Make America Great. I love the flags that say, Take America Back, because I always want to ask those people, who are we taking it back from? You understand Trump is one of the corporate CEO billionaires that writes the laws in this country. He's the dude that owns the country, the wealthy people that own the country. I don't know many immigrants that are CEO shareholders that are dictating the laws in this country. So who are we taking it back from, people? Seriously, I question that. Oh yeah, that's right. And join the Discord. God, it's so bright I can't even see the screen. Join the Discord. We got a bunch of good stuff. Oh, this is what I want to put up in the Discord. This is the new book I got. I cannot put it down. So I want to put that. We got a book recommendation in the Discord if you want to join it. The link's in the description. So yeah, what he's doing is he's getting suckers to believe that they needed to take America back from something, this elusive enemy that could be anything he doesn't like that day. But really, what is it? It's just another way for him to make money. It's just another way for people to profit off of fear, because you're not taking this back from anybody. He is a rich, wealthy guy who used to brag about having a gold toilet. He's said in interviews, you know what I mean? Like, he said, like, I could donate to a politician and they would do whatever I want. He said that before he ran for office. He said that, like, I would make donations, and if I needed something, they would do it. So he is the people we need to take it back from. And it's so funny that he's tricked these people. It's kind of sad too, because people will spend their hard-earned money on a Trump Bible. And what I want to get into also about the Bible is, if you don't know, inside the Bible is printed the Bill of Rights. This is fucking crazy that people don't, it's either they don't get it or they don't care. Either one of those concerns me, because the Trump Bible, the Trump Chinese Bible, that's what we're going to call it. It's the Trump Chinese Bible. It's made in China for less than $3. The dude's making $7 million hawking Bibles. This Trump Chinese Bible, okay, has the Bill of Rights in it, which I would like to see the Chinese people making this, being like, what the fuck is this shit? He's putting the Bill of Rights in the Bible? Doesn't America have an amendment, the First Amendment, with an establishment clause where there is not to be an established religion? It's so crazy to me that you would put in the Bible the amendments, the Bill of Rights with the amendments that specifically say there should be the government will make no established religion. And there's more to it. Again, I linked down below uscourts.gov so you can understand more of the interpretation of that Bill of Rights. But these fucking people, it's not that I don't think most of them are ignorant. I think they know, and they just don't care. And they want to, and that's the funniest part. It's like they want to trample on the Bill of Rights. They want to trample on the Constitution, because it's not that they don't want government to establish a religion, but they want their religion to be the established government, which the irony in that, there's so much irony here. It's almost like if Saturday Night Live did a fucking bit where they were like, this guy Trump is running for president. He's making Bibles that say, make America great, while making the Bibles in China, while saying there shouldn't be we gotta uphold the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, which put in the Bible, which explicitly says the president won't establish a religion, which is in the Bible, that he's, the Bill of Rights that says no established religion is in the religious book that he's selling. This is all like fucking mind-blowing that people would buy this and not get how fucking dumb they are. Sorry, I don't mean to cuss. I know YouTube's not happy about it, but there are appropriate times to cuss, and this be one of them. But I don't think these people are like ignorant to it. I just think they're well aware and they want the government to establish a religion, which goes against everything America was founded for, or not founded for, because, we could debate that, but it goes against the Bill of Rights that's in Trump's Bible, Trump's Chinese Bible. God, I wish I called it Trump's Chinese Bible, not made in China. Damn it. Damn it, Rob. You missed the boat. Buy now the Trump Bible translated by Google. Yo, so this is so crazy. But the craziest part is these people that want an established religion, that like the Bill of Rights that says no established religion in their Bible, that like to read their religion while reading their government text that also says we won't establish that religion that you're reading in the same book. But Trump is also cutting deals with like the Oklahoma Department of Education and like these Southern fucking Trump cultist people who are willing or trying to spend government funds to buy these Bibles to put them in schools, which is just, I mean, I just want you to imagine if this was the Quran or if this was the Torah. And if this was going on with some politician who is trying to sell Qurans to a school or Torahs to a school in the South, what do you think most people would be doing? They would be flipping their lid. I just want you to imagine that, because this is what's really going on. Trump's Bible is being hawked to the Department of Education in Oklahoma. Again, it's down in the article. And they're spending government money on these Bibles, which I don't think should be happening. And I definitely don't think they should be putting them in schools. And I'm a dude who believes in Jesus. Okay? But I'm just telling you, like, this shit is wild. That the state government is trying to help enrich Trump selling his Chinese Bibles. But just imagine, just put in place, if it was the Torah, the Jewish holy book, the Muslim holy book, any other holy book. Okay? And if it wasn't Trump doing it, how up in arms Elon Musk and Trump and all his followers would be. Saying it's blasphemy, it's illegal, you shouldn't be doing it. But somehow, this white rich dude who needs to take America back from, I don't know, is getting to do whatever he wants. And this is why he's running for office, because he can do whatever he wants. He's got ties to China, he's got politician friends, he put judges in places. This is the stuff you got to pay attention to. And this is the shit that really gets under my skin, that bugs me about these fucking pretend patriots, these faux triots, these punks that think, oh, I'm doing good, I'm patriotic, but you're not. You're not. And if anything, if you look at the people who are fanatic about having a religion established wing of the government, or however they see it, that they want, like Trump says, he said, this Bible should remind us of what we need to bring America back to. What the are you talking about, bro? Because there aren't many governments that are religious in the world, but the ones that are usually in the Middle East. Sharia law, if you want to look that up, that's the Muslim holy laws that dictate their countries. You go to holy courts, religious courts, they live by their religious texts. And I don't think, especially like a dude who's been divorced how many times? A dude who's been, infidelious, who's had infidelities with how many women? I don't think a dude who, has a porn star court case getting spanked with his own magazine, I don't think this is the dude that could lecture us about anything religious, or this is the dude that wants to have a religious country. He doesn't. He just knows that pulls on the sucker's heartstrings. And it does. And it's working, because this dude's making money off of Bibles that he's claiming will make America great again, while making them in China, not even hiring American workers to make them. And, that's one of my biggest issues. It's like, if you want to make America great, bring those jobs back to America, you chump. It's amazing, man. It's fucking amazing that this dude is getting people to throw money at him. They would just throw it at him because they think he's saving them from what? I don't know. Most likely they're racist or misogynist or homophobic or something. And he's striking a chord with them that their fear is tethering them to him, and they think he's the savior. Again, so much irony, so much irony. It's just crazy. So I just wanted to bring that up because I just assumed, anything Trump made. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel did it on his show, his late night show, where he bought Trump merch from Trump's website. And once it got there, he showed the label on TV. He's like, "Oh, look, made in Philippines or made in China or." So I just assumed Trump is notorious for saying he doesn't want to pay his workers overtime. He doesn't like to pay his people. He likes to snub contractors. I mean, this is just his resume. This is how he rolls. This is his MO. This is what he's known for. Trump is not. Oh, Lisa, I feel bad for you. You were one of the dummies. You were one of the dummies. But I just assume everything Trump made was made in another country because he doesn't want to make America great. If he did, you would see him opening up shops, paying workers a living wage. You would see him doing these things for American workers, and he's not. And these articles out with Rolling Stone and the one I linked down below, they just all proved it. That Trump Bibles being shipped in from from China for less than $3 a Bible, and he's potentially making over $7 million off this Bible deal. Whew. That's unreal. And then to put the Bill of Rights in the Bible. I mean, you got to be a dummy, right? He's not a dummy, but you got to be a dummy to think that's an amazing feat. I like my Bible with my government text saying, "Don't establish a religion." Holy schnuckies. Whew. So, listen, the other thing, I was talking about this the other day. If you like The Doors, if you like Jim Morrison, if you like a good tale of a hero, definitely check out this book. And if you join Solace, I got to put that in the book recommendations. If you join our Discord, we have movie recommendations, YouTube recommendations, book recommendations. I'll throw that in there. It's done by John Densmore, who is The Doors drummer. And if you don't know, The Doors was John Densmore, the drummer, Ray Manzarek, the keyboardist, Robbie Krieger, the guitarist, and Jim Morrison. Famously Jim Morrison, the Lizard King himself, the poet. This is the end. If you don't know The Doors, check them out. It's one of my favorite bands of all time. But The Doors notoriously, Jim decided that all four of them were it was a brotherhood, and all four of them would each have veto power. So if they didn't like something that was going on, they could veto it, and it was all for one, one for all. So if one person vetoed it, they weren't doing it. They needed all of them to agree. And that's how Jim established it. And he also did not want to sell out. Like back in the 70s, Buick tried to use Light My Fire to sell a Buick, and Jim lost it. He was like, "This is why we make the music. We're not selling it to hawk crap." And Jim was really against it. So obviously Jim passed away, I think in 72 or something like that, in the 70s. Deeply Catholic Trump voter here. Oh, good God. I feel bad for you, Patrick. You know he's taking you for a sucker. He's taking you for a big sucker. He's doesn't care about American workers. He doesn't care about you. He just cares about making that money. Read the article I linked down below. His Make America Great Bibles, or God Bless America Bibles, are made in China for less than $3. He's selling them for $60, and he put the Bill of Rights in there. And if you don't understand why put the Bill of Rights in a Bible is funny, then I don't know how else to help you. But I do have links below. So anyway, Jim, set the tone. He said, "This is why we're making the music." And I highly recommend The Doors Unhinged. You should really, really read this book. Because 30 years later, they get offers from Cadillac. I think the offer was like $15 million final offer to use the Doors songs to sell Cadillacs to younger kids, to make their stuff look cool and have a cool soundtrack to their commercials. And Ray Manzarek and Robbie Krieger both wanted the money. They wanted more millions. And John Densmore said, "No, man, Jim didn't want it a long time ago. Jim wouldn't want it now." And it resulted in a court case because the two that wanted to sell and make more money were also touring at the time using the Doors name, which you can't do that. If it's only two of you and there's another one alive and one dead, you can't pawn yourself off as the Doors. You know what I mean? And John Densmore, rightly so, took them to court and said, hey, you can use any other kind of name. Like, say, you know, I forget what the instances are, but like something other than just the Doors logo and the Doors of the 21st century. That's what they were calling themselves. And he said, you got it. It's misleading. It's false advertising, which I agree. Because, you know, if I had seen that, I would think all three of them are going out. And he also, you know, was getting a lot of flack because turning down 15 million and trying to explain like, hey, each person had veto power. So if they wanted to stop something he was going to do, they could, with the Doors as a whole, as a brotherhood of music. And that's what this book is about. I haven't finished it, but I just want to give you a quick cliff notes of the situation within the book. And we'll follow up. We should have like a book club. A live stream book club. What would we call that? Because this is a newsmentary channel. But this book is so fascinating because to see the greed gene, and it goes along with, that's what John Densmore calls it, the greed gene. And he even says to Ray and Robbie, he's like, how many more millions do you need, man? Like, what do you need to buy that you haven't bought? And it just shows you that, like, for some people, nothing is enough. And it's sad. So if you're looking for a good read, this is it. This is a great read. I can't put the book down. But the greed gene, as John Densmore, God bless John Densmore. Is he still alive? I don't know. I got to check. Maybe somebody knows. Leave it in the chat if you know if he's still alive. But that greed gene is exactly why Trump is exploiting people to sell them Bibles. He's pulling on their heartstrings with the Bible, and he's pulling on their patriotic strings, pulling them like puppets. Because this Bible, made in China, not by American workers, not helping to rebuild American industry or anything like that, and it's being sold for $60. What is that, 20 times? Yeah, 20 times what he's getting it made for. I would at least have a smidgen of understanding if he was like making them in America and putting good Americans to work and creating jobs, which he talks about. And that's the thing. This dude wants to talk about job creation and unemployment, all that shit. He's a business owner. He could easily start a company and make Bibles if that's what he wants to do. He has the money to do it. He could easily put people to work making Bibles if that's how he wants to make America great. And he's choosing not to. Why? Because it's about the money. It's about the money, nothing else. I don't look at Trump as any kind of savior. At least he doesn't love America. Do you not hear what I'm saying, Patrick? Don't be a dummy. He does not love America. If he loved America, what I just said would be true. He would be creating industry here, but he's not. He's getting everything made in China or wherever else in the world. In this case, the Bibles, he's making them in China and sending them here. He does not love America. I know he doesn't make them. He's making money on them. And he could easily, this is with anything, his clothing. How do you guys just want to disconnect from reality? That he's having the whole heart and soul of his campaign is make America great while sending all the jobs across the ocean to be made elsewhere. I mean, I'm not here to convince you or try to get you out of the Stockholm syndrome he's got you in, but you just at least got to be aware. I plant the seeds. You have to take it and live with it. But you can't ignore the seed of, a guy who's a business owner, who's cutting deals and selling his likeness. If he really wants to make America great, why wouldn't he ensure that, are these American-made things? It's so fucking stupid. It's so stupid that you guys are like, well, what is he going to do? He's a rich billionaire white guy, self-proclaimed billionaire white guy. Oh, Jesus. I just think a lot of these people like see a white dude that's a billionaire who claims to be self-made and they attach themselves to it. But just look at what he's done. You know, look at this instance. I mean, how can you not understand that, like, a business dude that wants to make America great can completely be in control of, like, well, where are we making these Bibles? Are we making them in the USA? They should be proud to be made in the USA. Because you can find shit like that says proud to be made in the USA by USA workers. You know, back in the 70s, they used to have union commercials where it'd say, like, buy American, whatever it would be, you know? Buy American, support American jobs. Like, that was a whole fucking thing. I think you're dumb because if you would support a guy who clearly tells you make America great and then ships jobs elsewhere, that's dumb. So if you take issue with that, look into what I'm calling dumb, because that is so fucking dumb. I can't even explain how dumb it is, because just on its face saying I want to make America great and then saying, well, I'm going to make everything overseas. Why? Because it costs me less so I can sell it to Americans for more, and not say, I would like to take some pride in America and hire American workers just on this basic thing. And also, if you work for a living, no, don't give me that the jobs were sent overseas long ago. Things are still made in America, dummies. And if your whole thing is make America great, guess what? You should be bringing the jobs back. And he's not. So I say, you know, I watch not only people's mouths and what they're doing, but what their actions are. And this dude clearly, I mean, we're just going off of what Trump has said. In an interview with Elon, he said, I hate paying people overtime. I don't do it. I'd rather get rid of them and hire other people. Just look at all the contractors he snubbed. How many times he's gone into bankruptcy. Look at all these things. Don't tell me that this is about long ago. Jobs already went overseas, so he's just doing, fuck that. You know what? If he wants to make this country great and he wants to talk about jobs and unemployment and all that shit, he's got the power. He's one of the people who has the power to bring those jobs back and say, we're going to license Bibles. We're going to make sure they're made in America. And they're not. And they're not. So that's why I say you're dumb. Give me a positive argument for why we should vote for Kamala. I don't think you should. She's a top cop. Are you kidding me? Jesus, people. I say the power is with us, the working class. I think she's horrible too, but God for... Oh. But just because she's bad doesn't mean that Trump is good, decent, anything. He's a scumbag, and he just wants your money, okay? That's it. He don't want to put you to work. He certainly don't want to pay you overtime. Those are his words. F facts. No, Lionheart. The facts are things are still made in America, dum-dum. So what is your fact? That jobs were sent overseas a long time ago? Like, that's your argument. Hey, a long time ago, you know, fucking with globalization, nobody makes anything here. That's so stupid. Things are still made in America. Fucking people. You'll do anything to defend this guy. And that's the biggest issue I have. Is that I have no problem saying, dude, Kamala, remember when she ran for vice president and promised to decriminalize federally weed and all this shit? They're all liars. They're all liars. I have no problem criticizing people. But you guys don't, and that's the issue. Fucking stop holding them up like a golden calf. It's okay. You can say, you know what? That's screwed up. Why is he saying make America great and not making stuff in America? Say that. Somebody say that. Jesus. They are all liars. See, Patrick? Who should we vote for? I don't know. Is the working class party? Vote for the local people. Fuck the presidential election. Listen, I'm not one of these vote for the lesser of two evils. Okay? I'll tell you what. I care about the people who go to work every day and just try to afford rent, who don't want to work two jobs, who want to work one job and be able to survive. That's what I care about. So I'm not going to tell you to vote for anybody. Shit, if you fucking came onto my live newsmentary, hit subscribe and the notification bell. But if you came here for me to tell you who to vote for, you're crazy. I'm not bitching with no solution. We have solutions. It's organizing. Organize your work, organize your neighborhood. We got to get ranked choice voting. If you can't see that these elections are all bogus, that if people can win the popular vote but lose the election, something's really wrong here, man. So it's not about the solutions of you, what you're hoping for, okay, Patrick? I know you want a solution. You probably just want me to tell you what to think, but I can't do that. I got to get you to see fucking the reality that it's okay to criticize Trump. It's okay to say, why? Nobody questions him. You're not allowed to question him. That's fucking crazy to me. It's called a dictator. Richard Andrew Crosby. I do take my argument with the companies and corporations that want to pay less. What are you talking about? I'm a fucking labor organizer. That's what I do all the time. Bible is playing out in real time. If the Bible's playing out in real time, it can't happen fast enough. No, I know it's a thing. Just want to hear your thoughts. I appreciate you, Patrick. I appreciate you. Because the reality of it is most of these people, they just want to get filthy rich and they want more and more money. That's why I was talking about this book. I'm not even sponsored by this book. It's just a great book. That book came out like 20 years ago too. All right, guys. Patrick, I hope you hit subscribe so we can have more discussion. Same with you, Richard. And hoping to be wheat, not a tear. That's your YouTube name. I love it. Oh my God. So everybody, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I do this live 5 days a week. So if we want to complain about Trump's Chinese Bibles, we could do that. Pursuit of power and money is a huge problem. You're right. It is 100%. And that's what we need to come to the solution with. Organizing is one of, listen, why do you think these companies spend millions of years to union bust? And I'm talking about this personally. Is because they're afraid of our power. So when we come together and we have these discussions and we can figure out what to do next, that's what I like to do. That's what I like to talk about. And I think you guys bring up good points as well as I do. And that's why I like to have this open live stream newsmentary happen 5 days a week. Because I'm always into being wrong. Let's face it, so many of us are wrong so often. I'm wrong a lot. But this is just one of those instances where, man, you can't be telling me that you don't like to pay people overtime, you don't like to pay your workers, you like to fire people when they go on strike, and then pretend like you're fucking for America. You just can't do it. And he's one of them. What is good for society? I'll tell you what. Trump is not for unions. That's 100%. Yo, 100%. What is good for society? I'll tell you what. People working one job and can afford rent, food, a vacation, their health insurance. I want universal health care. That's what a good society is. And if we're going off of virtue, I don't know if you're talking about like Jesus virtue, but remember, Jesus didn't charge people copays. You know, he was a socialist. He wanted everybody to round up their money and give it to the poor. So it depends what kind of virtue you're thinking of. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. Thank you so much. Peace. Hit subscribe and the notification bell too so you can join me when I go live again.